Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of CVTV here from Wisconsin, Milwaukee, MACNA 2022. I'm here with Steve Visser from ICP-Analysis. How are you, Steve?
Hi, Carlos. Doing good.
It's good to see you.
So ICP-Analysis was started about 5 years ago, to test the elements in water, to be an American company that did it, so you wouldn't have to send it over to Germany or Europe, somewhere like that. We're the only company in America that now is testing that's using ICP Mass Spec technology. And we do that because we want the detection limits for trace elements and for actually drinking water that the ICP-OES can't get. Your TDS meter on your RODI unit, it only measures parts per million. So when you start taking something that's 10, 20 parts per billion, that's 1,000 times more diluted than your TDS meter can even tell. So it's gonna always say 0. We've got 2 ICP mass specs, one that we analyze freshwater with and one that we analyze saltwater with, because we run different standards on each machine to calibrate the elements and the appropriate level for saltwater and the appropriate level for freshwater.
Okay, so you recommend for people to test both, test the freshwater and the saltwater. How often do you recommend them to test?
On saltwater, if someone's just wanting to maintain their aquarium and they're just looking to see how it's doing, once every 2 to 3 months is probably fine.
Okay.
But your source water, you should probably be checking that at least monthly. I mean, this is outside of the salt, you have your water. Those are the 2 most important things getting that aquarium going. That's a lifeline. If your RODI unit has filters that are going bad and you don't know, and you're just trying to count on the color changing ion resin or the TDS meter, and neither one of those is going to show you if you have toxic levels coming in from your city. An ICP mass spec is the only way you're going to know. America at one time used to have pretty good, clean water. But in the last half dozen years, we keep on hearing about cities like Flint, Michigan. The EPA comes in and says, you can't drink the water. You have to think about, is an inexpensive test worth the life of your critters every month? We're in Denver, Colorado. So the day it comes into our facility, typically it's being tested that day or the following day. So we like to say within 2 business days of us receiving it. If the post office ships it to us, it goes to our post office box, and then we typically get it the following day because we stop by it like 8 a.m. To pick up what was dropped off the previous day and run those tests.
So how long does it take for me to get the results?
We upload it that day.
That day?
Yeah, so if we run it that day, we upload the results that day.
Okay, so you receive everything through an app.
One thing that we have that we started is that we have like sources. And if you click on new source, we have a choice of aquarium, RODI, or drinking water. And each one has different parameters in your settings. So like right now, we're looking at an aquarium right here. We have stuff in red and stuff in yellow. Stuff in red means, hey, this is high. We need to take a look at that.
Okay.
Stuff in yellow means it's a trace element and we're looking at it's low and we want to add something to it. So for instance, we'll click on cobalt here. Right here, we're going to have an ICP suggested reef tank, which says 10 parts per billion. But then we have other places like Florida's ocean water, Fiji, Hawaii, St. Thomas. And over here on the side, we have like your most recent test result, your optimum value, our element low limit, and then the high limit. Now we can click on this and we have a dosing calculator. So, depending on which product, it's a bit different, but it's telling you your tank volume, your current concentration, and what your target value is going to be, and then how much to add.
So what I love about this app right now is that I don't have to do the math.
No.
Which is great because when I have ICP testing, you tell me the element, but then before you just got the element, you got the information, but you couldn't really process it because you didn't have the knowledge. So with your app, I don't have to do that. You just tell me this is how low it is, this is where you want it to be, and here are the elements that will get you there and how much to add to your tank. So all I have to do is follow directions.
As long as you pay attention to the units of how many gallons your tank is or the water system is in there, you can do all right, and you've got accurate information to be able to do it with. I'd like to point out on our drinking water and also with the RODI. So say you have your RODI unit and you send your water in from your RODI or even your tap water, and you want to know what's going on. Arsenic is in red because, well, arsenic is high. It says, well, here's what the EPA drinking limit is. It says it's 10 parts per billion, you know, and you're testing at 26.5 parts per billion, and it's time to change your filter. And up here in the red, it says it's time to change your DI resin, because do you really want to be adding arsenic to your tank every day? Just because your resin looks good doesn't mean it's not letting stuff happen and flow through. So we're trying to give everybody the good information. So you may not know what levels you need to be worrying about, but that's where our software is telling you, hey, these things we already know. If this stuff is coming in at this level, you're going to have a problem because you keep on adding it to your tank.
Gotcha.
So it's time to change your filters.
Thank you so much for having us here, and congratulations on your talks. And congratulations on the new app. This is fantastic. It's dynamic, and it tells you what to do. It tells me what to do without doing math, which is great.
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you again for watching CBTV from Wisconsin at MACNA 2022.